Thank you.
There's a slight chill in the air today in Florida, and it makes me so happy because I can wear my little cardigan. I'll probably get too hot in like 20 minutes, but that's okay. At least for now we can be cozy. And I did get a pumpkin cheesecake muffin because 'tis the season. But as you saw from this title, we're going to be making a skort from scratch. And by scratch, I just mean without a pattern. I am going to be using a skirt that I already like the fit of and a pair of shorts that I already like the fit of. And then I'm going to combine them together to make a skirt. I've never done this before, but I did a lot of brainstorming on how I want to do this, and I think it will work. So hello and welcome. My name is Bianca, and this is a place to inspire and to be inspired. I love all things crafting and creating on a budget. The fabric I got was just this chocolate brown 100% cotton. I got 1.5 yards just because I'm not sure how much I'm actually gonna need. If I end up needing less, I will let you guys know so that you guys don't have to buy more than you need. But also depending on your size is gonna determine how much fabric you need. So for reference, I'm usually about a small. So the first thing we need to do is grab the shorts that we're gonna use and the skirt that we're gonna use to make our makeshift pattern out of. Okay, so this is the skirt that I like the fit of, and it already has a zipper down the back, which I think is how I want to configure this skort. And then these are the shorts that I'm going to use. They're just like pajama shorts, but I think they'll work for this project. So what I'm going to do to make a pattern out of these shorts and the skirt is I'm going to fold the shorts in half, and then I'm going to grab this part here, and I'm going to lay this on my fabric and then trace around. But I am going to add an extra like 1 inch, I think, around the whole perimeter. And then for this part, since the elastic is stretched and it kind of comes in from this point here, I'm just going to go straight up, but then add that extra inch. And then same thing on this side. I'm going to have this curve come straight up like this. This way I can compensate for the stretch in the waist. I'm not going to be adding an elastic waistband on this skort. I'm going to be making it with a zipper in the back. Then once I trace out my pattern for one side, I'm going to flip the shorts the other way and then do the same thing. And when you're measuring this out, you will notice that one side is longer than the other. And that is because you need extra fabric for your bum. And I will also do the same thing on this side where I add an extra inch around the whole perimeter just to leave room for seam allowance. And when I do the skirt, I'm gonna do the same thing with the skirt, except when I fold this in half, you can see how in the waist it comes in. I already added darts to this, so to make it to where I can customize it to fit my waist, I'm not going to taper it in as much as it is right here. I'm going to go a little more straight up and down, I think. That way I can go in and add darts to make it fit perfectly later. And also for the skirt portion, when I fold it in half, this portion here, I want to line up against the fold. That way when it opens up, it's like a full front skirt panel. I think for the front panel, I am going to taper it in, but then when I do the back panel, that's when I'll kind of come up straight. That way I have the extra fabric in the back to add the darts to. I think that'll work. Hopefully this is making sense. So here's our 1.5 yards of fabric laid out. It is folded, so this is where we have the top of the fold here. So every piece we trace out is going to be mirrored. So after I laid this flat, I went around the perimeter with my disappearing ink. And now I can see the pattern that I need to cut. And since this fabric looks the same on the inside and the outside, I'm just gonna make a little purple dot on the right side of each fabric. Now we can set this aside. And now we can do the same thing. We're gonna wrap it around the other way. And now we can trace around this shape and then cut it out the same way. Now I'm going to do the same thing, and I'm going to mark the right side of each piece of fabric. Okay, now we can set this aside, and we're going to continue doing the same thing with our skirt portion, but I'm going to line it up against this fold here. That way I can make sure that it's symmetrical on each side. It's really hard to see this purple marker against the dark brown fabric, but if you look closely, you can see where I traced it out. So this one here is going to be the front panel, and I did put that one on the fold. But then for the back panel, since we're going to have a zipper down the back anyway, I figured I could fit it over here, and then I would have all of this fabric left over for another project. So just to save space, I decided just to cut this one mirrored. And then right here is going to be the back seam where the zipper will be. So we're gonna work on attaching the shorts portion first. I have all 4 of these panels laid out with the right sides facing up. So these 2 are mirrored of the same cut, and then these 2 are mirrored from the same cut. We're gonna take one from this side and then one from this side. So one has the longer tail here and then one has the shorter tail here. And we're going to put the good sides together and then just sew straight down. And we're gonna do the same thing to this side as well. So for this part, to attach the pieces together, I'm gonna use my serger. I do have other videos in the past where I show how to use your standard sewing machine to finish off raw edges. After doing a straight stitch to attach the pieces, you can go through with a zigzag stitch just along that outer edge, and that will help prevent fraying. Also, when it comes to using my serger, I typically only use either black or white thread. Since the fabric is a dark chocolate brown, I think black will work just fine. So now we can open up like this on each side, and we want to put the good sides together. And I want this seam here to match up. So I'm just going to pin, and now we're going to pin this together all the way around, and then we're also going to use our serger to go along this edge here. Okay, so now we can open it up like this. So now you can tell that we have a pair of shorts, and then we're going to sew up the sides here and here. But I just realized that this is where the zipper is going to be, and I serged it. So I'm going to have to seam rip this back portion right here. I think I'll probably seam rip down to here, but I'm going to go ahead and attach the sides together, and then I'll worry about seam ripping this back portion here. So this here is where the zipper is going to be, and I did go ahead and serge these edges here. Okay, so now is a good time to try them on and make sure everything's fitting the way that you want. Now I do want this to be like a mid-rise mini skirt, especially since we have the shorts underneath. I'm not super concerned about the length. And there is a lot of extra fabric here at the back, but I'm not going to worry too much about that because I do plan on adding a dart to each side later. But something I do want to make an alteration to, I don't know if you can see it on camera, I curved the hips out a little bit to make sure that I had plenty of room, but I feel like there's almost too much room in the hips. I'm not a big fan of this shape right now at the hips, so I think what I'm going to do is go back in with my serger and I'm just going to narrow this portion a tiny bit. Okay, so now we can take our skirt panels. This is the one cut on the fold, so this will be the front of our skirt. And then these are the back panels, so this is going to be where the zipper is. So with the good sides together, I'm going to sew each of the sides down. And I'm going to use my serger to go over these side seams here. Again, if you don't have a serger, you're just going to be doing a straight stitch with your normal sewing machine everywhere that I've been using my serger so far. And then I think I'm also going to use my serger down each side here where the zipper is going to be. Okay, so we have our skirt shell and then the rough draft of like the shorts portion. This is the back of the shorts and then this is going to be the back of the skirt. I'm just trying to figure out my next plan of action. I'm not worried about the side seam of the shorts matching the side seam of the skirt because from the outside you're only going to see the side seam from the skirt portion. But right now I'm just trying to figure out what order I'm supposed to do this. Again, I'm not a professional and I've never made a SKORT before from scratch. I'm also not very good at zippers. I did order an invisible zipper foot from Amazon and that should be coming today. I just don't know if I need to do the zipper next and then attach it up at the waist, or if I should attach the waist first and then the zipper. Okay, so I think I decided I'm going to attach it up at the waist first and then we can worry about the zipper. So this part's kind of confusing because this is the outside of the skirt and then this is the outside of the shorts. I don't want the shorts to be inside out. I want the seam of the shorts to be on the inside like this. So to attach these together, we're not going to put the right sides together. We're going to put the right sides against the wrong side of the shorts. So I need to put the shorts inside out. Wait, that doesn't make sense. Does that make sense? I think I'm confusing myself. Okay, so I figured it out. So the wrong side of the shorts, I'm gonna have against the right side of the skirt. So I'm gonna line this front seam of the shorts with the middle of the front of the skirt and then clip this in place. So now I'm gonna go all the way down this side and we'll see if the fabric matches up. So it looks like the shorts portion is bigger in the waist than the skirt portion, but I'm gonna try to just ignore this and hope that when we add in the zipper, we can still make it work. So now I'm gonna go along this top edge with my normal sewing machine and I'm gonna do a straight stitch all the way across. So since I'm gonna be using my sewing machine for this portion, I'm gonna switch out my back thread. I'm gonna switch out my black thread for a darker brown that will match the fabric. So before I start, I'm going to turn up my tension and then my stitch length I'm going to put between a 3 and a 2 and we're going to do a straight stitch. So now here's where that top stitch is where we attach them and we're just going to flip this around. So now is a good time to go ahead and press all of our seams because this is supposed to be the top of the skirt, but right now it's just not laying as flat as it could be. So we're gonna give everything a nice smooth press. And this is just my mini iron that I got off of Amazon and then this little portable ironing mat. It definitely makes life easier when you're working in a small space, not having to have a huge ironing board and then a full-size iron. And here's how that top waistband looks. We are going to do a top stitch along the top of this here. Before I do the top stitch along the top here, I want to cut this so that it's even with the skirt portion. If I open this up, it might make a little more sense. So I want to cut this portion so that it's even with this side. And I think if I taper it down, so then barely taking anything off here, and then I can go over it one more time with my serger, and I think that will help get rid of the extra fabric. Hopefully I'm not making a mistake by doing this. So here's what that looks like now at the edge here. So now we don't have as much fabric hanging over the side. And I think this will be fine for the rest of our project. So next I want to go over this top edge here with a top stitch. And I'm just going to go right at the top of this edge here, maybe like 1/4 of an inch. And I'm going to go all the way around the top perimeter. And now here's what that looks like after adding in that top stitch. So I'm gonna start by just measuring and making a line that comes all the way down on the right side of the fabric. And I'm gonna do the same thing on this side. And now for the invisible zipper, I'm just going to press this open. That way we can get really close to the teeth here. So this is the right side of the zipper that we want facing out, and then this is the right side of the fabric. And now I can just open the zipper, and I'm going to place this here right along that line that I made, and I'm going to fold this tab over and then make it flush with the top of our skirt. And I'm going to use pins for this part to hold it in place. So I ended up pinning this closer to the edge than that line that I originally made. So now I can attach this zipper with my invisible zipper foot. Okay, and my Amazon package just came with my invisible zipper foot. I've never used this before, so this is gonna be my first time using it. So you can see it has a ridge on each side. So depending on which side you're working on, you would put the zipper teeth in between, and then this little hole here at the top is where your needle would go. We're going to flip this around like this, And we're gonna do the same thing to the other side. I'm going to fold this little piece down and then put this as close to the top edge as I can. Okay, so now we can flip this around like this. So far this is looking really good, but now I just need to work on this portion here. I think I can just flip it around this way. So now we can sew a straight stitch from here down, attaching the rest of this together. Now we can put our regular zipper foot back in. Okay, so here's how that looks now that we've attached it. I'm pretty impressed. This is where the bottom of the zipper is, and I just tried my best to line it up with this same line. From what I can see, the transition is pretty seamless. So here's the current update on our skirt. So far, it's looking really good. We just need to add a couple darts here because there's some gapping at the back, which I knew was gonna happen. So everything is going according to plan. So if I pinch the back at each side, it looks like I'm taking off about 1 inch. So if I take off 1 inch from each side and then just add a dart going down each side here, I think that will be perfect. So I think I'm gonna place them about 3.5 inches from the zipper. And I'm gonna mark 1/2 inch on each side. That way it'll take off 1 inch. And I just want the darts to come down about 3 inches. So now I can turn this inside out, and I'm gonna mark 3 inches down on the inside as well. And now I can fold it with the good sides together, right along that line. Okay, so here's how those darts look after I press them. So there's this fabric here, and I want it to lay as flat as possible. So I'm just gonna go over this part here with the top stitch, and I'm gonna keep it in line with the top stitch that's already there, but I'm just gonna go over it like 1/2 inch right here, just to keep this dart laying flat to the side. Okay, all we have left to do is hem the bottom of the skirt and hem the bottom of the shorts. I like the length that it's at right now, so I want to take off as little as possible and do the teeniest, tiniest rolled hem. So I'm just going to start in the back, and I'm going to roll it under, what is that, like a 1/4 inch? And then I'm going to roll it again, another 1/4 inch. And now we can just go around the whole perimeter. I am really critical of my own work, and this is the first piece I've ever made from scratch that I will say looks, in my opinion, very professional. I did take my time on this, and I did a lot of research on attaching invisible zippers. I do feel like since I've been attaching a lot of zippers with my regular zipper foot, I kind of understand how to attach them. So to me, the invisible zipper foot was extremely easy to use. I just feel like this looks so professional. I would honestly buy this from the store. I think it turned out that good. I also don't know if I mentioned in the beginning, the skirt that I used as my example was more high-waisted, and I knew that I wanted this to be like mid-rise. So I did take that into consideration when I made the pattern out of that skirt. I didn't use the full length of the skirt, but I did use the width of it. So yeah, and I just paired it with this thrifted top that I altered probably a year ago now, and then my chocolate brown leather boots. I did splurge on them, but in my defense, I think that I will have them for a long time. So that's it for today's video, and until next week, bye!